Welcome back to 100 Square Meters. I'm your host Luke, and this is 4 for the serve. There's 3, there's 4. It is game on. Let's see if you got the Mim rules. Who's going to win this serve? There's Raj, there's Andy scurrying back, there's Adam. Shut up, Adam. You know, whenever Adam speaks, we tell him to shut up because that's why he's called Quiet Adam. There I am on the serve, returning to Raj. Andy, little chipperoo, kind of actually went quite deep there. Raj going long, off the back. Love that. One thing about Raj, never apologises, never turns around and says, sorry mate, to his partner if he does a duff shot. There's Andy. Andy would have kind of ruefully shaken his own head, maybe muttered a little, sorry mate. Anyway, there he is, unorthodox shot. Raj putting the pressure on. Andy again, trying a little chipperoo. Interesting. I'm not sure if I mentioned this on the last video or not, but Andy, after this morning, this was on the 31st, 31st of May, Saturday morning, it was warm. We'd already been playing for a while. Andy just wasn't right. Thinking about badgers too much, maybe some birds of prey as well. He loves his wildlife, especially the badgers. Oh, poor effort from me then. Slammed into the glass. Shook it off like, yeah, didn't even feel it. But I did. My shoulder definitely felt it. Anyway, don't care. Game goes on. But Andy, at the end of this game, I walked with him to the car park, right? And he's like just proper negging on himself. I was like, mate, don't worry about it. We've all been there. And he goes, so anyway, he's like, maybe I should quit paddle. It was proper downing himself. I was like, mate, it's all good. One of those days, it was hot out there. Don't worry. So anyway, the next day, Andy is almost in hospital. He's got some kind of infection. He's got something wrong with his ear. There's something else going on. You know, maybe one of the badgers died or something. I don't know, but he was all out of sorts. And he texted me, he said, oh, well, I think I know what the problem was. And I felt like going, Andy, mate, that wasn't a problem. Like, you were fine yesterday. But anyway, kept my mouth shut, and it turns out Andy was in a proper bad way for a while. He had to bail out and paddle the weekend afterwards. I was away, but he was due to be playing with the Beast and Doug, and he had to bail on that because he wasn't very well. Took the lad a bit of time to come back round. But anyway, so Andy felt like he had some understanding as to why he had a bad day. Raj, absolutely love that, Raj. Just ploughing it. Just like, I don't care about the rules of the game. I'm just going to hit this ball as hard as I physically can. I'm going to try and break glass with it. Can you imagine smacking a ball so hard into that glass that it breaks? I would salute him. I'd be like, Raj, I will follow you anywhere, my friend. Follow you anywhere. I'd love to see someone actually break the glass, as long as it wasn't down at Bexley paddle courts, because then that would massively compromise, you know, our playability. But anyway, here I go. Am I going to smash? You bet. Oh, no, I didn't smash. I just played it long. That's extremely sensible for me. Usually I'll just... Oh, no. You can't look at your racket like that. You just can't do it. Shut up, Adam. Look at this. Look, Andy on the ball. Quiet Adam. Hi, my name's Adam. I thought I was good at paddle. I'm sure I knew how to play. Raj, what happened? And he's like, Raj, I'm sure that was your fault because you were standing there instead of there. I love it when people look accusingly at their rackets during a game of paddle. Ben does it. I've seen Raj do it as he's thrusting his hips out. Haven't seen much hip thrusting from Raj yet. Sure, there's something to come. We all do it every now and again. I work really, really hard not to look accusingly at my racket, even though sometimes I do. Quite often, I will, instead of looking at the racket, I will feel the racket as if like, oh my God, is there a problem with my racket? Have I actually smashed the ball so hard that the racket has kind of gone concave on itself? But I deliberately do not look at the racket because I think, you know what? It's me. Again, look, Raj there. Mistake. No apology. Never apologises. And the thing is, it's so British. We apologise and then the other person automatically says, no apologies. No apologies. when actually you're thinking, yeah, you should apologise, you gin absolute kid. Anyway, I deliberately didn't swear there because I'm sure it would kill the algorithm. Like, already this is only getting out to about 10 people. I don't want that to be halved. Anyway, we move on. Andy, little chipperoo. Quiet Adam, shut up Adam. Me with the smash. I'm like, let's get this done. Bang! Straight down the middle. Love a smash. I've said it before. My only regrets in life is having an opportunity. Look at Andy kicking that ball. He almost got it over the fence. He would have been pleased with that. Shout out to you, Andy. Mr. Badger Watch. My only regret in life is not applying the smash when I have an opportunity. You know, like when you do a little fake, little like, boop. Instead, I always regret that, and it rarely goes well. So I might as well as just smash it and try my best. Go on, Andy. Here we go. Pressure at the net. Raj, is he going to fold? Andy with the little chip. Quiet Adam tries to shaft the net there. Hips fully in. Pressing in to the nets. Adam, you absolute filthy. Adam, don't look at your racket, bro. Don't look at your racket. Oh, anyway, it looks like that's a wrap for today. Look at that. We obviously smashed them. Anyway, peace.